So we're moving on to the fuchsia paper cut square, which is number 15. And we only need one colour for this square, which is fantastic because it means no colour changes. Yay! So we just need the fuchsia. I believe that it came with this issue, but you should still have a ball left, which came with issue 10, I want to say. That's what my note says anyway. Or we used it on issue 10. One of the two. So, as always, 4mm hook. And we're starting off with a slip knot on our hook this time. So we're starting off by making 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. After that, we're going to join with a slip stitch into our first chain that we've made. Oh, and then we've got our ring, which we often make. We then want to make, for the first row, we're making 1 chain, and we're then doing 12 double crochets into the ring, so into the centre. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. I'm just going to pull on that one to tighten up my centre. So we should have something like this. We're then going to join with a slip stitch into our first stitch. So we've got that V there, we want to go in through that one. And there's our first row complete. So for the first part of round 2, we're going to chain 2. So 1 and 2. Into the same stitch then that the chains are coming from, we're going to treble 2 together. So wrap your yarn over the front and into that same stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So we've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2, so we've got 2 left, yarn over and back in through that same stitch. We're pulling up a loop, so we've got 4 on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2, and there'll be 3 loops left. We're then yarning over and pulling through all 3. We then need to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. Into our next stitch, we're going to treble 3 together. So yarn over, in through that stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 stitches, yarn over, back in and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, so you've got 3 stitches, yarn over, back in through that stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll have 4 stitches left on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. Chain 3 again, and we're going to repeat that going all of the way around. So yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back into your stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back into your stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you've got 4 left on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into your stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back into your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you've got 4 left on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4, chain 3 again. Going to repeat that going all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So once you've gone all the way around, you should have something that resembles this. We need to do our last 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to finish off with a slip stitch into the top of the treble 2 together we did. So this is the treble 2 together, and you can see a V there right at the top. So we're going to go in through that one and just slip stitch into there. So that's the end of round 2. We're then going to do 1 chain, and from here we're going to do 3 double crochets into each of the next 12 3-chain spaces. So our 3-chain spaces are here, so we're going to do 3 double crochets into each of those. So just put your hook through and pull up a loop, and that's simple. We've done 1, 2 and 3, and then into your next gap and do 1, 2 and 3, into your next one, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2 and 3. Keep going all the way to the end and I'll meet you back at the end. So I've gone all the way around, and then we need to do a slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet, which is this one here. And there is round 3 complete. For round 4, we're chaining 2, 1 and 2. So we're going to treble 2 together over the next 2 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over and into our next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. We're then yarning over again into our next stitch, pulling up a loop, yarning over and pulling through 2, and then yarning over and pulling through all 3. From here we then need to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and just like the previous round we did, we're then going to treble 3 together over the next 3 double crochets that we did. So I'll show you how to do that. We're yarning over and we're going into our next stitch, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through 2, yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into your next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 4 left on the hook. We're then yarning over and pulling through all 4 and chaining 3 again. 2, 3. So I'll show you how to do that again. Yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over into your next stitch, pull through 2, yarn over into your next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 4. We're then chaining 3 again. So 1, 2 and 3. I'll show you one more time. Yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over into your next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into your next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4 and chain 3 again. Keep going all the way around doing that and I'll meet you back at the end. So once you've done your last treble 3 together, we're just chaining 1, and then we need to join with a half treble into the top of our treble 2 together. So we've got our treble 2 together here, so you want to go into the stitch on top. So we're yarning over, going in through that stitch, pulling a loop through, so we've got 3 on our hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3, and it will look something like this. For round 5, I need to start making sure that I'm not telling you the whole pattern, so I'm just going to pause the video and you need to do the amount of chains that it tells you in the book at the start of round 5. So after we've done our chains, we need to do 2 trebles into the same space. So we're yarning over and going in through that space and pulling up a loop, and then we're pulling through 2 and pulling through 2 again, and the same thing again, pulling through 2 and pulling through 2. We're then chaining 1. And we're now going into the gaps, and we're going to start making this circle into a square now. So into the next space, we are doing 1 treble, then 1 half treble, so yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then we're doing 1 double crochet. So straight in through that loop, pull 1 up, yarn over and pull through. We're then chaining 1 again. Into our next space, we're doing 1 double crochet, 1 half treble, so yarn over, oh, I've got a hair, and then 1 treble. Within chaining 1 again. Into the next space, we're doing 2 trebles, so 1, 2, 1 double treble, so yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're then chaining 2, 1 and 2, another double treble, and then 2 more trebles. One, and 2. Chain 1, and then we're doing 1 treble, 1 half treble, 1 DC into the next space. So 1 treble, 1 half treble, 1 DC, chain 1, and then backwards, 1 DC, 1 half treble, and 1 treble, chain 1, We're on to our next corner. So 2 trebles, 1, 2, 1 double treble, chain 2, 1, 2, 1 double treble again, and 2 trebles, 1, and 2, and chain 1. Starting that process again, we're doing 1 treble, 1/2 treble, and then 1 DC, chaining 1, then 1 DC, 1/2 treble, and 1 treble, and chaining 1. We're then doing the next corner, so 2 trebles, 1 and 2, 1 double treble, chain 2, your next double treble, and 2 trebles. So you can now see we've got a square shape starting to form. So chain 1, into our next space we're doing 1 treble, 1/2 treble, and 1 DC, chain 1, and then 1 DC, 1/2 treble, and then 1 treble, and we've gone into our final space there. So the next instruction for the final corner is to chain 1, and then we're doing 2 trebles, 1 and 2, then 1 double treble, 1, 2, 3. We're then chaining 1, and we're going to join with a double crochet into the 4th chain. So look at our chains here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to go into, sorry, took that off camera. This is my 4th chain here, and we're going to do a double crochet. I nearly did a slip knot then, I'm so used to doing it. And that is the end of round 5, and we've now got our square. So going on to round 6, I'm going to do it off camera. Do as many chains as you need to, as it says into the book, and we then need to do a double crochet into our corner space. So find your corner space, which is here, and then go into that one and to do a DC. So you need to do the amount of double crochets into the stitches that it says in the book. I'm just going to do that, show you the first one. We're going into the stitches again this time. So there's our first double crochet into that stitch, and then into our next stitch and do our next double crochet. I'm going to take that off camera to do the next stitches. And then when we are at the chain space, we're going to do 1 double crochet into that space. We then need to repeat that going along. So we're going into the stitches again. So we're going 1, 2, and 3, and then just 1 double crochet into the chain space. So 1, 2, 3, and then a single one in the space, and then 1, 2, and 3, and that will take us to our corner. Into the corner space, we're going to do 1 DC, chain 2, 1 and 2, and then 1 DC again. We're then going to repeat what we've just done all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 into your chain space. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 into your chain space. 1, 2, 3, and 1. 1, 2, 3, and we're back at our corner where we're doing 1 double crochet, 2 chains, and 1 double crochet again. Repeat that going all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. So I've gone all the way around. We're now doing 1 DC into our corner space. We're just chaining 1 this time, and we're joining with a DC into our first DC. So our first DC is here, and we're going in through that one and doing a DC. And now it should look like this. I'm doing my chains off camera for round 7, so I'm not giving you the full pattern again. We then need to do a treble into each of the next 17 DCs. So yarn over into your first DC, pull through 2 and pull through 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And we're now at our next corner. So into that corner, we're doing 1 treble, 2 chains, 1 treble. So yarn over and into that, we're not going into that big space below, we're going into the space here. So you want to do 1 treble, 2 chains, and then 1 treble. You're then going along with your trebles all the way along, and at the next corner again it's 1 treble, 2 chains, 1 treble. I'll meet you at the end. So there's my final treble into the corner of that round. I'm then going to chain 1, and then I'm going to join with a double crochet into my 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 3 is here. The next round and the last round is very similar. So we're starting off with 1 chain. We're going to do a double crochet into that space. And we're then going to do a double crochet into each of the next 19 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, and we're now at the corner space. So we're doing 1 double crochet, 2 chains, and then 1 double crochet. So we need to follow that around again. You're doing 19 double crochets along your stitches, and when you get to the corners it's 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet. I shall meet you at the end. So I'm back at the end of round 8. We're going to do 1 DC into the corner. We're then chaining 2, 1, 2, and we're going to finish off with a slip stitch into our first DC, which is here. So a slip stitch. We need to fasten off because that one is done. I loved how simple that was compared to the last few squares of the appliques. I love how this has got a mandala effect in the centre. I think it's really, really pretty. I've really enjoyed making this one after the angst that I went through with the last few squares. and I've just really enjoyed it. So let me know what you think of this one in the comments. Please make sure to leave a like if you like the video. And then as always, please subscribe if you just want to make sure that you get the notifications as soon as the videos are posted. So I will see you very, very soon in the next video. Bye.